Hi guys, my name is Tyler, and a couple months back I put up my initial impressions of the Be Lenka Nevada Barefoot shoes. Now I've had quite a bit of time in these shoes and I've put a lot of miles on them, and I want to give my follow-up impressions. Now overall I have to say I've been extremely impressed with these shoes. I had a seasonal job for a big brown company where I was putting on 20,000 steps a day on average. I was in them for anywhere from 8 to 13 hours a day, and I really put them through the ringer and through a torture test. And I've got to say, I'm overall just extremely impressed with them. Now, a shoe that's been through that much abuse, you would expect would look pretty beat and tattered, but honestly, no, not really. Not these shoes. So they have held up extremely well to anything that I've thrown at them. If you look at the upper up here, you can tell that there's pretty much no wear and tear on it, which you would think there'd be snags or scratches or something like that, because this part isn't leather, but I have had zero issues with the quality of them. Like they're held up really well, and whatever foam is underneath of these is really sturdy, and it just feels good. So this pull tab is leather, if you can see that in the cam. It's really strong. Anytime I put my foot in, I grab on that thing and I am reassured my foot's going in, no problems. It's not about to break off or anything like that. Like it's holding up really well. The main body of the shoe is leather, and I don't know if there's a special type of leather that they're using, but it is very good quality. Whatever it is, it's got a lot of character now. I've beat on these shoes. Like I was not gentle with these shoes. And actually, I'm not gentle with any of my shoes. It's probably the thing I change out the most out of anything I wear is shoes. So I have beat on these shoes, and they've held up really well. They've got more character now than they did before. Usually, with that amount of mileage that you put on shoes, especially without flexing, you'll notice right here, it's where your toes go. Right here, where that toe crease is, there's usually a separation of the rubber. Whatever glue they're using, it's probably used to like hold together the earth or something. I don't know. It's incredibly strong. So if you look, there's no separation or anything like that. I've had zero issues. Also, I just want to touch on this. I still rock these stretch laces. These are the original stretch lace that I bought off of Amazon. I must be an old man now because I have actually put these on all of my shoes. Still recommend them. Still would tell anybody who gets barefoot shoes or just shoes in general to get the stretch laces. They just make your life easier. Now, going on to the bottom portion of the shoe. So this is the only area that I really can nitpick because, obviously you need a shoe that's going to give you good traction, especially if you're outdoors and if you're in a snowy environment, slippery conditions, anything like that. This is the only thing that I have any kind of nitpickiness with it, but it's just that it's nitpickiness. I got to find something to tell you that's wrong with it. Other than that, I've had really no issues with the shoe. So if you look at the bottom here, you do have very aggressive lugs. So these have given me a lot of traction in the snow and the ice and the mossy rut driveways. Any of that kind of stuff, I've had zero issues. The bottom, the backside, once again, no issues on this. Like I said, I was doing 20,000 steps a day for multiple hours. The only spot is right here under the ball of my foot. This is actually worn mostly flat. There's a little bit of rubber hanging on right here, but I've put the bulk of the wear right here. And actually the fact that there still is rubber there is more impressive than anything else. I would have expected, and my experience with most of the shoes I've had, is that they just wear flat. So I haven't had really any issues with that. Other than that one spot, I would buy these shoes again. I would buy Be Lenka's products again. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. I have no affiliation with them. I bought these shoes on my own with my own money. I would for sure buy their products again, and I probably will buy their products again, to be honest, because I have also noticed that the wide toe box, this is the clown shoe toe box that people talk about, that super wide look. I've actually grown to love it. And I don't know if I can physically go back because my feet have been able to spread out even more than they did previously. I was first off in the Scott 3s when I started using Barefoot shoes. And I was so pumped about those. They felt so wide. And then I got these, used these exclusively for a while. And now I actually don't know if I can go back to the Scotts because it's really snug. So now these are like super wide and cushiony, and they're, there's plenty of room for my feet to play around in. I might just have to keep buying their products or other products like this because I found that these have been a game changer. So my feet are even wider now, my stability is greater, and yeah, I really highly recommend these to anyone who wants a true barefoot shoe. So my name is Tyler. This has been my follow-up review on the Be Lenka Nevada shoes. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below. If you have anything that you want to add about this shoe that maybe I didn't cover, just let me know. I do have a couple more products that I'm planning on reviewing, but if there's any things you guys would like me to review, then just let me know and I'll try to get around to it. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it.